This is a picture I drew of the document camera that I wanted to build. It was a little challenging. I wasn't sure how I was going to get the parts or find the right parts. But all I did was I just drew this picture and I took it into Menards, and the Menards staff were very helpful in locating the parts that I needed. So I'll take you over here. First of all, start with the bigger things first. This is a lamp. I didn't get this lamp at Menards, I got it at Walmart. It was $7.97, and as you can see, it is a clip-on lamp, kind of to make it a little bit less complicated to build the document camera. This is a wheat oak 12 inches by 24 inch laminating shelving unit. This was $4.97 at Menards. That will be my base for my camera. You will need these parts. There are 4 screws there, by the way. That's for the galvanized floor flange. And I kind of laid these out in the way that they're going to be built. I already had this drill, but if you don't have a drill, you will need to have a drill for this project. The following products are going to be used to drill a threaded hole into my galvanized pipe, which you just saw over here. This is a clamping knob. Over here is a T-handle tap wrench. That was $4.98. Here's a tap and drill combo. Then here's the sizes. That was for $4.99. And this is a machine screw for 29 cents. And then over here, you're going to need some legs for the base so that you can use the clip-on lamp. For the legs, all you will need are these lag screws. Those are 79 cents. Again, you'll need 4 of those. You'll need a 1/4 inch drill bit. That was $2.58. You will also need these chair tips so that your screws don't scrape up your table that you set your document camera on, and those were 88 cents. Okay, so those are all the products and pieces that we need to build our document camera. And again, I got most of those at. Okay, the next step is to go ahead and pre-drill all the holes into the base. First of all, we're going to attach the floor flange and the legs for the base. So we'll need to drill about 8 holes into this board. Before you begin drilling, it's really important that you mark where you're going to place your flange. So all you have to do is simply line everything up, figure out where you want it, then just go ahead and mark with a pencil in each hole, directly in the center of the hole, where your screw is going to be on the board. Same thing goes for the corners. Make sure you do that on the back because the legs are going to be on the back. So you're going to have to turn your board over, and I went ahead and opened up my package here of chair tips and kind of use that as a guide to figure out where I'm going to place that. So figure out where you're going to place all your legs, and then just go ahead and mark with a pencil just a little circle for where you're going to drill. Okay, you have your holes marked. The next thing you're going to do is figure out what drill bit size you're going to use. So you're going to take the screws that you'll be using, and let's see, we'll start with this one. This is the screw that you're going to use for the flange. to figure out the size of your drill bit, what you want to do, it's kind of handy to have like a range of sizes and kind of in an organized manner. So these are all my drill bits. And again, they're marked by these fractions, all the different sizes. So you take your screw, and then again, to figure out the size of your drill bit, you want to hold your drill bit in front of your screw so that you can see the threading on the screw. This is a really good size of drill bit because you can see the threading. Now if I take like a much bigger drill bit, obviously this is going to be way too large. It's you can't see the threading at all on this with this drill bit. This would be horrible. So I'm gonna go with this size for this screw. Now for my hex screws, notice the hexagon on the bottom, which is going to go, this is basically going to be the setup for my legs. Anyway, you're going to do the same thing, just look through your drill bits, hold your drill bit up in front of the screw, make sure you can see all the threading. So this is going to be a good drill bit size. So, and then if you've never worked a drill before, which, you know, that's okay. Everybody has a first time for everything. This is kind of what I do for my drill. Every drill's, well, most of the drills are kind of the same, but you just turn your drill counterclockwise to open, and then you turn it clockwise to close it, so that it's nice and tight. Okay, you just keep turning it until you can't turn it anymore. You want to make sure that it's directly in the center. Okay, and then you would do the same thing for this. Before you begin drilling, it's really important that you don't drill all the way through, and you will if you're not careful. What I like to do is I like to take a little bit of tape and I mark my drill bit. So I kind of hold my drill bit next to my board like so, and I put it kind of into the desired spot where I want to drill down to. Then I take my tape and I just mark my drill bit, so that way I know that I need to stop drilling when I reach my tape. Okay, so we're finally ready to drill. Make sure you have your drill held at a 90-degree angle. You don't want it to go side to side. And then make sure that when you press down, your board's not going to move on you, because my board just was. So I'm going to come over here. And here's a close-up. As you can see my tape a little bit better. So again, hold it at a 90-degree angle. Make sure your board is in a stable location. You don't have to push your drill button very hard. It goes right through that particle board. And again, just go down to where the bottom of your tape is. Okay, now all you simply do is go ahead and attach your flange and your legs using the screws and the screw holes. You will need a screwdriver. It's not going to go in there super easy because, again, you did use a smaller drill bit. So it's good that you'll have some resistance. You don't want it to be too easy when you put these in, otherwise it's probably not going to be very secure. Okay, next thing we're going to go ahead and attach the legs. Again, you want to mark with tape all of your leg screws, because if you don't, there's a very short point, it will go all the way through. So go ahead and do that. I already did it with this one. Again, you just do the same thing. You hold it to the edge and kind of measure and make sure where your tape is, the end of your screw is not going to go all the way through. Okay, next you want to make sure that you screw your screw in, give it a little head start with your hands, and then go ahead and take your wrench and go ahead and tighten it down to where you marked with tape. Now you can use either end of the wrench, it doesn't really matter, both ends should fit. I find it to be a little bit easier with the circular end. And again, watch that tape, because it's pretty easy to go through your board pretty quickly if you're not careful.